Hello, hello. Sorry guys, just making sure I have everything all with me here. There we go. Hello everyone. Hope you all had a good weekend. Mine was crazy. I am exhausted, y'all. I had 2 filming gigs, had a friend stop by from out of town. So I am tired. And we put up our Christmas tree earlier today. And some other Christmas decorations throughout the house, so yeah. I feel like I'm running on next to no sleep. And I've barely had a second to relax, but I am still here. So you're welcome. Hey Sandy, hey Money Mac. Hope you guys are doing good and had a good weekend. Oh man. Welcome to the General Hospital After Show. I'm your host, Dion Gabriel. It's gonna be less structured just because I really didn't have a whole lot of time today to kind of gather my thoughts. but we're talking about a lot regardless. But before we get into to GH itself, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I seen it just not that long ago, earlier, just before I started to stream. Kelly Thiebaud posted this fun video of like a bunch of the cast members going bowling and playing in an arcade, and it was pretty cool. It was like, I'm just going to use the character names just because I'm not going to remember all their real names, but Britt was there, Lucas was there, Marco was there, and I think Marco was maybe friend outside of the show. Gio and Emma were there, Michael was there, Willow was there, and they looked like they were having a blast, and Jordan was there. And they all did this like silly video where they were like dancing. Friggin' Jordan was there twerking. I was like, they all look like they're such a fun group of people to hang out with. Oh man. Oh, you've been sick all weekend. I'm sorry to hear that, Sandy. There's still arcades. We have lots of arcades here in my town. I don't know, but I mean, from what I could tell, they were what was I gonna say? Wherever they were, it was a bowling alley and an arcade, which is pretty common, I feel. Because even the bowling alley in the place that I work has an arcade in there too. So I don't know. Seems on brand. Oh, but I'm sorry to hear you were sick all weekend, Sandy. I was sick at the start of the week, so that was not fun for me. Oh, man, but I hope you feel better soon. Oh, my goodness, Kaiwan. Alright, well, first of all, we might as well get into the show. The first thing I want to talk about is Curtis. When we streamed on Wednesday, I figured that this was a red herring, and I was right. Curtis did not go through with the shooting. He didn't wire Selena the money, so he didn't do it. But of course, you know, that alone would make him look really guilty, even though he wasn't the one that did it. So many people wanted Drew dead though. Like, everyone was probably trying to call a hit on him. I still think it was Willow. Oh, you were in a musical performance. That's cool. 5 days, dang. Did you have fun? Did it go good? Let me know. But yeah, red herring, called it. Now, Trina, because of how Curtis was acting and, you know, him getting brought into the station on Thanksgiving, she and Kai feel like it's, you know, they should try to figure out who shot Drew. As if, like, they're better than the PCPD. Can you imagine if Trina and Kai are the ones that end up solving it? Like, it would look so ridiculous. It truly would look so ridiculous. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kaiwan. Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess Trina and Kai are going to play detective as if, you know, they'll solve the crime. I don't know. Trina's been acting so, like, bratty. Like her overreaction to not being told that her mom is pregnant is a little bit extreme. And then, like, her really just kind of going after Jordan the way she's wanting to go after her seems insane to me. Like, they're grown-ass adults. It's like the equivalent of when Michael used to, like, try to force Sonny and Carly to get back together. Like, it seemed, and he was like a child. He was literally a child when he was doing that. Like, I know that Curtis and Portia have been trying to keep a lot of it on the DL from Trina, but, like, you know, they're grown-ass adults. Like, they don't want to be together. They don't want to be together, girl. Let it go. Yeah, exactly, Angel. They're making Trina act like a damn child. It's insane. It's insane. She is old enough to go to a bar. She's an adult. Oi. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. But yeah, I just think the way they have Trina acting is crazy. Now, a fun scene that happened this week was Gio and Emma rescue the dogs, and there was like 10 dogs all up in Sonny's house. And Rocco was there because he had run off on Dante, you know, because Dante tried to forbid Rocco from seeing Gio. And Rocco, like, clapped back, like, don't even talk about walking out on my family when you did it twice, which I loved. I think we talked about that on Wednesday already. But yeah, so seeing Sonny, Rick, and Rocco, and Gio and Emma with all those dogs was hilarious. And GH posted little clips here and there of the behind the scenes of that and how chaotic it truly was. First of all, a dog took a dump on the floor in front of Emma and Gio, like, before they shot their scene. And when they were trying to shoot their scenes, a lot of the dogs were, like, running off the soundstage and just I don't know. You know, Rick trying to sort of gather them and stop them, and their trainers, like, in the back of the cameras, like, trying to stop them as well. Pretty funny. It's gotta be hard. I don't know when the last time we've seen that many animals on the GH set was. But it looked like a lot of fun. Emma's becoming a terrorist for rescuing dogs. That makes zero sense. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm glad that they rescued them, and I'm glad that Sonny and Rick talked Dante out of getting Emma and Gio in trouble for that, because I mean, first of all, it was insane. I mean, when Dante walked in, I was like, oh shoot, because Rick had just said, like, you might have just made Rocco an accessory, and Dante was about to rip Gio apart for that. But it's like, how was Gio supposed to know Rocco was gonna be there? You know what I mean? like, it's insane. But yeah, I'm glad that they dropped it, and I'm glad that Rocco bargained for that, because Rocco was like, I will go home with you if you just leave it alone and don't do anything to Emma and Gio. And Dante obliged. So good for Rocco. You know? Good for Rocco. Amen to that. Elsewhere, we got to see Britt getting her drink on in front of Jason at the Brown Dog. And Cody was there, and so Cody and Britt had a nice reunion. I liked their little banter together, and I liked that she was just poking fun at him for, you know, almost sleeping with his cousin, and, you know, just catching up on each other's lives a little bit. Obviously, Britt didn't spill too much about her own, but She was trying to get a little reaction out of Jason. She drunkenly kissed him. Unfortunately, Molly was walked in on that because Cody had texted her saying he's at the Brown Dog. Molly was a little bit distracted and didn't see her text message till much later. So she went and walked in on that. And obviously it was Britt that kind of pushed herself onto Cody. But he pushed her off after Molly left. I was like, that's the longest push off I've ever seen. So ridiculous. And Molly went back home in a huff. But yeah. After that, Jason took Britt back to her place, and he didn't want to leave her alone that drunk. And then Britt, she kind of fell and knocked her meds over, and Jason had to be the one to inject her medicine into her. I'm curious, if he's going to ask more questions or if he's going to not discuss it, because there's nothing really suspicious about the fact that she's on meds, because he's aware of her disease, but he's not super well researched into knowing how it gets treated, I would imagine. So I don't know, he's probably just assuming. I mean, he might put two and two together and think, oh, maybe the people that she's working for gave her this drug that's keeping her symptoms at bay, because she's been fairly symptomless as far as he's seen. So maybe he can kind of solve that part of it, but we'll see. Anyway, the animal testing that's helping Britt, that's helping with her medicine. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. I don't think she's working on whatever her meds are. I think that they had what she needed to keep alive, and her thing is probably more so about what brought Nathan back from the dead. So that I don't think they're related in that way. But yeah. Other than that, kind of well, actually no, before we get into the major story of the stream, because obviously you guys seen the thumbnail. Something that I didn't put in the thumbnail was that Jocelyn found out that Jack sent Vaughn away. Do you guys buy that he just kind of sent him on a new assignment on the other end of whatever, or do you guys think he's got him held hostage somewhere? Because I don't know, it seems a little extreme, just because they slept together, to strong arm him the way that they did. He was grabbed by a bunch of men in an alley and taken away. It seems so extreme to me. That's written warning thing, a reprimand, and a do it a third time and you're out. Insane. And then also Valentine escaped prison, you guys. I kind of forget if he had already moved to the one in the US, but he must have, right? To be there and to already be in Port Charles, and he showed up at Carly's house, interestingly enough. And that was a risk because Jack could have been there. He was there earlier in the day, so I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what happens next, because we don't really have a full-on game plan for what Carly plans on doing to Jack. She's just kind of waiting in the wings for an opportunity to really screw him over, but we'll see what happens. Now, the major story of this week was finding out. Well, I mean, first of all, we knew this anyway. Sidwell obviously put Dalton's body in Laura's car, and now we're learning what he planned on doing. Someone was watching Laura and Sonny and took pictures, and so he is now blackmailing Laura and Sonny with those photos, and basically saying, if you don't do what I want you to do, I will hand these photos over to the police. And it's ridiculous to me because, like, Laura really should have just called the police. Her calling Sonny seems so stupid. And, like, I know, panicking in the moment, but she really thought about doing it. We saw her almost call 911. So, like, come on. Angel, you think he locked Vaughn away? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The question is, will Jocelyn try to rescue him? I don't know. If we see more of them, like, getting to know each other, like, it'd be a bit more of a believable couple. Because I feel like, obviously, you know, when you think of WSB and a super spy couple, you think of, like, Robert and Anna. And so this is, I guess, supposed to be the modern version of that. But there's just so little, I don't know, so little details that they've given us on their relationship. You know, he's seen her sad, they had sex after that, and now it's this, like, epic, you know, love story. And I'm like, but where's the meat and potatoes of it? It's like, you know, I don't know. Alright, but yeah, so Sidwell's blackmailing Laura, and, you know, he's going to strong arm her into doing his bidding, essentially, you know, probably get him the peer and, you know, implement things in the government with this blackmail. Obviously Sonny and Laura are going to try to do something about it, but Laura is, you know, she's distraught, she's stressed, she's having nightmares, and in her nightmares were Esme and Cyrus, which I was surprised. I did not, you know, they kept that hidden well. I didn't know it was happening. But I loved seeing Avery and Jeff again because, you know, they're incredible actors. And I do miss Esme and I miss Cyrus. I mean, obviously Esme can come back. Like, her death was pretty left, you know, like in mystery. We don't know for sure that she's dead. They kind of implied that Spencer was alive. So I can see them both being alive. We just don't know. And for what very little material Avery had, she did fantastic. And apparently she was sick. She was sick when she shot those scenes, so good on her. Yeah. So you know, it was a fun scene to watch, for sure. It was a fun scene to watch. But, you know, I am glad Kevin is back. We talked about it on Wednesday. He is there to be, you know, essentially someone for Laura to talk to about this. I'm glad that she opened up to him as soon as he got back. You know, I don't know what Sonny and Laura are going to do about it. Realistically, like, here's what I think. Well, I mean, Sidwell said it to Sonny himself. Like, if anything happens to me or my son, this evidence goes straight to the police. So he's really strong-armed them. He's really done that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think as panicked as Laura was when she saw Dalton in her car, I think, given what she's been through her whole life, like, she would be able to think a lot more clearly. And be like, you know what? This is obviously Sidwell. And I feel like she kind of guessed that before he showed his hand anyway. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's out of character for her not to just, like, quickly call the police and nip that in the bud. Because she really gave Sidwell the best blessing he could probably ask for in calling Sonny Corinthos. And also, like, what did she think Sonny was gonna do with the body? Clearly he was gonna get rid of it. Like, and like, you would think that what, I don't know, at least in Sonny's case, what is the end goal here to have this body in this car? Someone must be watching us. Like, I'd be looking everywhere. And, we've seen pictures of Laura and Sonny with the body. I'm sure he's got pictures of Jason getting rid of the body too. So, yeah. We'll see. I love that Laura did try to stand her ground with Sidwell and just pointed out, like, many people like you have come for me, and they're all gone, and I'm still here. So, Laura is not some sort of shrinking violet. She can hold her own with the mob. We've seen it. The scene that I kind of think about, I don't know if we've ever reacted to it, but there was a moment where Frank Smith's men ambushed Luke and Laura's house in the 90s. And, they were going after them. And Laura just got there with her shotgun and freaking blew the guy's head off that was about to shoot Luke. So Laura is no shrinking violet. She can handle herself. You think Sidwell character not doing the job of being scary? I don't know. Yeah, like for me from the jump, like Sidwell's been a hard villain to take seriously, but he's clearly the direction they're gonna go. I still think I would have preferred Selena Wu being the main baddie because she's badass, but they went with Sidwell, which it's the story. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Esme and Willow do have the same acting coach, and their acting coach is the same person that played Jennifer Smith. Not the original, obviously, the one that we've seen here and there sporadically over the last few years. So yeah. And she's done a great job with both Esme and Willow, or Avery and Caitlin. You think they should make a more dangerous guy? Like Alcazar? I don't know. Like, I feel like when I think of, like, all the mobsters from, like, the yesteryear, as much as Alcazar had this sort of, I don't know, sort of stereotypical mob facade, like, I feel like he was one of the weaker villains. Because they made him morally gray. Like, he had good parts of himself, and so it was like, I don't know. He wasn't a great mobster, like, worthy adversary of Sonny, I suppose. Well, I guess in some ways he was, but I don't know. He wasn't a scary bad guy. To me, like, Manny was a very scary bad guy in terms of mobsters. Because he was unhinged, Angela said, I don't understand why Sonny doesn't sell peers to Ms. Wu. Well, Ms. Wu is hiding from Sonny. That's the reality of it. And, to that end, like, Sidwell is the reason why Ms. Wu isn't in town anymore. Because he tried to frame her into being the one that set Charlie's on fire. So, I mean, obviously Sonny didn't buy it. That's what she should have checked in on. But yeah, the Zakkaras gave Sonny and Jason a run for the money. They truly did. I really liked the Zakkara family because, first of all, the casting, they had Sarah Brown in there, Brandon Barash, Bruce Waits. Like, that was a freaking solid casting and like a solid goated acting group that played that family. And, they even had Rick's dad, Trevor Lansing, in there too, in the mix. So, I liked the Zakkaras, and they weren't anyone to mess with. Anthony was unhinged. Johnny was sort of a wild card because he could be crazy, but he could be, like, humanized. And, the last time they brought him back, he was more like full-on villain. But I don't know. It's hard to bring them back. I mean, obviously Anthony Zacchara is dead. They can't really bring him back to life because they totally sort of what's that movie in the 80s where they just bring around a dead guy that's just kind of like to make people believe he's alive when he was really dead. Weekend at Bernie's, is that what it's called? Something like that. They did that with Anthony Zacchara's body with like Tracy and Luke. Oh man. But yeah, it's Johnny's on the... Is he still on the run? Damn. Well, good for him, I guess. I'd like to see him back. I really liked Johnny and Lulu. I was a big Johnny and Lulu fan, but only under Julie and him. It would be interesting to see how Alexa plays against him. I don't think that Lulu, in this point of her life, would go back to a guy like Johnny, but I just really enjoyed them back in the day. That's kind of all I have in my notes, but there was definitely one more thing I wanted to bring up that I forgot to put in my notes. And Maxie, Spinelli and Felicia, and supposedly the rest of the family went to visit Maxie off screen. We didn't see Kirsten Storms. Oh yeah, Lulu did let Johnny get away. I don't know. I blank out a lot of the Emmy Ryland stuff because I didn't enjoy it. Angel, I just easy to forget when I didn't really want to see it. But yeah, so they went to visit Maxie. She's not gotten any better. I am curious. I don't like. Kirsten went on a hiatus, and it seemed to be at the time about just getting settled in Nashville with her family, and then she kind of brought up that she's gonna have brain surgery a little bit later. So I don't think the game plan was necessarily to be on hiatus for that brain surgery. So I'm wondering, because we're in December now, and so, the game plan was for her to be back by December. I don't think that seems to be happening. But I hope that she recovers soon. I don't know if she's already had the surgery. I haven't really been keeping up with her on Instagram or anything. But I hope we get to see her soon, because I'd like to see her reaction to Nathan being alive again. And Spinelli, he's pretty devastated. He had a conversation with Jason about how he's losing hope with Maxie. Lucas had a good talk with Felicia, and he's still hopeful because there's no change, which means she's fighting. Sounded like it was a surgery and moving. It's just weird that she didn't bring that up in her original post, because it seemed like a later post that she brought it up. But also that could just be like her not ready to talk about it because she was nervous, but we'll see. We just don't have a set date for her return yet. We aren't supposed to see Maxie until the new year. Well, she said that she's coming back in December, but that could have mean that she's back shooting on the show, but we don't know if that's confirmed yet either, I don't think, unless she's posted that she's back on set. Because I don't think we've heard anything yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'd like to see her back, and I hope that if she's already had it, or if she's about to have it, that she has a speedy recovery and that it's a success. Love Kirsten Storm. She's, been a fan favorite, and my favorite. One of my favorites on the show. And she's my childhood too, from the freaking, Disney days. Xenon and everything. But yeah, that was kind of GH in a nutshell this week. Mostly like Wednesday to Friday, because we talked about GH on Wednesday, since I was sick over the weekend. But yeah, I swear we'll get back to like a more structured thing. I don't really have anything really coming up, like any of the Sundays in the next little while. So, short of something disastrous happening unexpectedly, it should be regular Sunday streams, from here on out. Was she on an episode of That's So Raven? Because I know Raven was on Xenon. Like, she was her best friend in the show, in the movies. But I don't remember her being in That's So Raven. And I loved That's So Raven. I watched that a lot, too. Oh, lordy. But you're probably right, though, Kaiwan. I just don't remember. It's been a long time since I've watched That's So Raven. I tried to watch the spin-off of that, The Raven's Home. What about Wednesday? Wednesdays, I do want to get back into them eventually. Let's see. This Wednesday... I don't know. Like, because we usually do, like, video reactions to things, but I swear, we've done so many of them that it's hard to, like, not watch repeated ones. You know what I mean? So I feel like if we were to do like reactions again, I'd want them to pertain to something that's going on currently on the show. Like if the show mentions some kind of history that merits being discussed, and it's got to be history that's like longer than the last like pre Frank Valentini era. Still, because I'm worried about it stopping my live streams and things like that. Okay, good to know. I'll have to look up that episode sometime. But yeah, like, if we do, like, more reactions to classic episodes and stuff, like, I want it to pertain to something that's going on the show currently, just to, like, have a reference. But, the longer GH goes on, the less the older history is talked about. I'll try to look those up, Kaiwan. But I don't know. I don't want us to just watch, like, classic episodes for the sake of watching classic episodes. I just want something to be tied into modern GH with, with the past. And that's, up to the writers to utilize history on the show. I mean, they still have so many people from yesteryear on the show with Finola and Jeannie and Christina and just a lot of people from GH's golden years still on the show. Jane. Speaking of Jane Elliott, where is this woman? I need her back on the show. I'm assuming Finola's on one of her regular vacations that she usually gets. But like, where's Jane at? Do we know? I want Tracy back on my screen. But alright, y'all. I think I'm going to end the live stream here. Like, if we don't watch any classic episodes before the end of December, I kind of want January to be like a good, fresh start, and refresh and revamp the live streams and see other fun ways that we can do GH related content on here. Maybe we'll have like a spitball idea stream going into 2026. I'm trying to switch things up, keep life interesting, I guess. Life in the YouTube realm, I mean. But yeah. Yeah, it's been a hectic end to the year, honestly. So, like, the next few weeks is like the first lull that I've had really where I don't have anything going on. I've got, I'm on hiatus with the band now for like at least till summer. I've got thank God now, because I'm tired. I've got no filming gigs coming up in December for the rest of December. It feels like I've had so many in the last like little while. you know. Plus, like, actually, on Thursday, I went to 2 concerts in the same night. The first concert I went to was not a filming gig, but I don't know if I ever mentioned this. So my sparkly hats that I usually wear, the one that's like the most common one that I wore on stage, I gave it away at the end of my show, and the girl that caught it had her first concert, and so I went to her first concert to just sort of show my support to her, and she killed it. Shout out to Amanda. And then I had to go, like, oh, sorry y'all, if I'm frozen, it's because someone is calling me. Sorry guys. But yeah, I am ending the live stream. Aw, yeah, it was cool. But yeah, sorry. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. When I seen like a friend of mine calling, it just threw me off the loop. I said I'm ending the stream. But before I do, yeah, went to Amanda's concert and then booked it to another concert that I got hired to film at, and then ended up staying there, watching the whole concert. Even though I only had to film like the first person that was up, and there was like 8 bands. It's this cool thing called Rockin' for Dollars, where they like play for prizes, 15-minute sets. And then I went for pizza with my drummer's girlfriend because she was there as well. But yeah, I will catch you guys next Sunday. If you liked this live stream, please give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I would appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next Sunday. Good night.